Dwight Howard, Kevin Garnett, and LeBron James. As mentioned, Tim Duncan today named second-team All-NBA. Manu Ginobili today named third-team All-NBA. More importantly, the Hornets are up 2-0 in the series. Chris Paul cannot be stopped right now. He's got a dozen.
He's 6 for 8. Peja Stojakovic, who has now drawn Bruce Bowen when he's on offense, has not taken a shot yet.
And Stojakovic with 47 points in the first 2 games.
He is now on Stojakovic. That's a matchup that in one of the games in the regular season was what San Antonio elected to do, and Stojakovic struggled.
The Spurs started very cold, but have now hit their last 6 shots, make it 7. Chandler was third in the NBA in rebounding during the season. Had a terrific year. Paul again uses the screen and buries the J. 4 for the Hornets. Chandler, a guy in a game 2 doors, only took 2 shots the entire game. Used most of his energy on defense against Tim Duncan, and Byron Scott doesn't have a problem with that.
Absolutely not. I mean, this guy's a terrific rebounder, athletic, and doesn't mind. Give him that, he's fine.
Beautiful. No combination executed that more often this year than Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler.
Something to be said for a guy who doesn't demand a ton of shots, and that's Tyson Chandler. And he's just scratching the surface on the offensive end of what he'll be by the time he's done.
The immediate double again on Tim Duncan, and this time Finley knocks down the open shot. Time has a team down 0-2 come back to win the series. If you believe in history and odds, those are the odds that the Spurs face. Alberto on a beautiful pass from Tim Duncan. Julian Wright is in now for New Orleans, taking the place of Stojakovic, the rookie out of Kansas. A great athlete, a lot of energy, good defender. West got it.
That is a self-made player, because I covered him a ton at Xavier. Folks, he didn't have a 15-foot jump shot. He didn't have anything beyond 3 or 4 feet from the basket. That's a guy who's just worked hard to complete his game.
An all-star this year, a quiet all-star, averaging better than 19 points, 9 rebounds per game. Manu Ginobili is paying off tonight for the Spurs. In NHL history, but the numbers say it all. It's in the Spurs' best interest to win here tonight.
Go ahead and rub that in for a Yankees fan. It's killing me.
Melvin Eli getting some early minutes. Had a big offensive rebound earlier, and now a putback here.
Well, you should notice one thing. They are substituting more liberally than the Spurs, so that third period differential may come into play again if the Spurs fatigue.
A wide open Michael Finley with a long 2.
Well, Rick Bucher wondered how these guys would respond, the guys around the big 3. Well, Finley has made a couple of threes in this period.
Only one starter of the game right now for the Hornets. It's the man with the ball, David West. The long jumper is true.
Well, that's a difficult check. The last guy who checks him got up tight, so he used the bounce to get by him. That time, Alberto gives him some space, so he simply pulls the trigger. And look at that field goal percentage. Terrific.
West with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Finley again. This time, it's a 3. Gennaro Pargo driving on Parker. Too strong. Bonzi or Julian Wright. He's become a real factor late in the year. New Orleans looking to push. Great play by Finley.
That was a complete and utter... Pargo just sold it too early.
Bonzi too young. They don't have a deep enough bench. When the playoffs hit, it'll be different. So far, none of that has come to pass.
Yeah, Chris Paul is third in the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio. He does not give it up, Dan.
Bonzi helping the Hornets bench. New Orleans takes the lead.
And they're a better defensive team than I think people have given them credit for. It certainly they've played solid defense in this series.
Well, it's something Byron Scott's very proud of. They're a running team. A lot of possessions. They get the ball up and down the floor. They were 5th in the NBA in points allowed during the regular season as Thomas off the feed from Parker ties it up. Bowen having trouble finding somebody. Bowen in the other corner knocks it down. A zone look now from San Antonio. Offensive rebound, Chandler. One of the problems with playing a zone Chandler with another high percentage look. You can see how a guy shoots 62% during the season.
Yeah, you see that the checkout responsibilities are not as clear. And you're right, it's easier to offensive rebound when your opponent is in a zone.
And we'll see if that drives Greg Popovich right back out of that zone. Finley open in the corner. The shots are falling tonight for the Spurs.
Up 4, but those were the shots early in this game they were missing. Now they're making.
Oh, a great drive. Wright misses the jam. And who's there for the offensive rebound but Paul? Wright knocks it down. A nice soft turnaround jumper by the rookie.
But how quick to the basketball is New Orleans?
Antonio, Ginobili covering Stojakovic. Bruce Bowen, who was suspended this year for a kick on Chris Paul, is defending Paul at the moment. Nice look away and the scoop. Beautiful.
That is
Chris Paul, 16 points already tonight.
Peja Stojakovic just has his hands full with Bowen.
Knocks down a jumper with Bowen right in his face.
That is as good a defense as you can play.
Paul always probing, finds an open David West, who knocks down the 17-footer yet again.
Exactly that.
He had a 30-point game in game 1 of this series. Paul had a 30-point game in game 2. Ginobili, bad ankle and all, misses the J. And Tony Parker's got it. Ginobili's going to get another look.
Looks like he had a word for himself after he made that shot.
Giving it everything he can to move into the starting lineup tonight and playing on a recently aggravated bad ankle. We are tied at 45. No call on the contact. West knocks down the jumper. Byron Scott and Duncan. Parker, the pull-up jumper. Got it.
That was easy. Chris Paul gets hung up on the screen. When you see a pick and roll coming to Chris Paul and you guard Tony Parker, a lot of guys go under. You want to take a step up.
Duncan read the play, sniffed out the lob. Parker, yes! Paul played for the same collegiate coach as his teammate David West did. West at Xavier, Paul at Wake Forest, both under the late Skip Prosser. Tim Duncan played at Wake under Dave Odom. First field goal for Duncan in the air, and was called for traveling for the 3rd time tonight. Paul sheds him, gets by Duncan and scoops it in.
That is special, folks.
New Orleans leading by 2 and leading the series 2 games to none. Ginobili with a size advantage on Paul. Draws the double team. Wide open in the corner is Bowen.
Gifted guy to have a long career. Do one thing well on the offensive end and guard your backside off. That's what that guy does.
And Tony Parker picked up assist number 9 on that play. It all started with Ginobili posting up on Paul. Paul drifting away from the basket. If there's an inch of open room in the lane, he'll find it. Parker on Paul. Bowen's on Stojakovic, and he's held Stojakovic in check most of the night. Paul again, the lob and the slam by Chandler.
See what I mean about pace? Great players, they dictate the pace at which they want to play.
The NBA, correct?
Look at this, just a little change of pace, change my direction, keep my dribble a la Steve Nash, and then let Tyson Chandler.
For that series, everybody wondering if Chauncey Billups will be able to answer the bell.
Well, after a shaky couple of minutes for Rodney Stuckey when he filled in, he was terrific.
West again.
Well, that looked like a Spurs possession with a double and then the extra passing.
Parker. Finley. Duncan with a great rebound in traffic. No double team, and he is fouled. And count it. They're going to count it. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Paul, no. Oberto the rebound.
Be really anxious in the 4th period to see if Chris Paul looks to score himself or to distribute the basketball, because he took over the 1st period.
Parker blows by Pargo, switches hands and lays it in.
That's very special. He just has the lane because Duncan would take you out of your rhythm as a rebounder.
Paul steps into the jumper. He's got 2 more. He has used high screens by the bigs time and time again. 29 for Chris Paul.
He gets so open off of those screens. Let's give some credit to his big man.
Oh, that is sweet. Alberto to Duncan. Parker speeds into the front court. 30 seconds left in the third. Ginobili lays it in. Rebound to Bonzi Wells. Paul in the game. Parker on the bench. Bowen defending Paul. Again the screen. Again the jumper.
Remember what I said with about a minute and a half to play? How would he come out in this period? He took over the scoring load in the first period.
Trying to post Bonzi Wells on Ginobili. Jumper off the glass and good to quiet the crowd.
He is one of the better post-up guys.
It'll be 4 in 8 games if he gets 2 more assists. Ginobili feeling it. Got it! David West, another jumper. And it's a 4-point game to inbound. West spins to the baseline. 2 more for David West. Fair the entire night. Paul to step back, Jay. Rebound Ginobili. Nice pass to Parker. Parker hits his head.
Will depend on their ability to close this period the way they did the second and third.
Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, Bowen, and Thomas for San Antonio. Chandler, West, Paul, Wells, and Julian Wright for New Orleans as the Spurs go up by 6. No double team yet. Now here comes Bonzi Wells. Back down to Duncan. They reset in the post. Back out to Ginobili. Great cut by Manu Ginobili and a good find by Thompson to the floor 7 straight times. West gets a jumper off and knocks it down again. It's all been set up either by Parker penetration or by Duncan kicking the ball out of the double team. And Ginobili's had his hand in just about everything tonight. Nice pass. Open is Thomas. Manu Ginobili is worth the price of admission. A 12-point deficit for the Hornets. 3:20 to go in the fourth. Oh, wow! A minute or so earlier. 78 points tonight for the big three of the San Antonio Spurs as they're about to cut into the New Orleans lead in this series. Robert Horry. Horry with 7 NBA titles in his career with 3 different teams. Pargo lays it in with the left hand.